Hello my boys, good morning. I just woke up, I made my coffee here. So today GGG announced a small patch. First of all, let's start with this one. Strongboxes will appear on the minimap, which is quite important because usually you want to see the side content. When you see an essence, you want to be able to see it. You already see the ritual altar. It made sense also to add strongboxes. We had this feature also in Path of Exile 1. Now I need to stress that I did play with strongboxes and sadly they are not profitable. So if you want to farm strongboxes, you should take this note here, first of all, that guarantees an additional strongbox for maps that have a map boss, and you also have here some strongbox nodes. Yeah. So increased effect for explicit modifiers, basically they will drop more stuff, and here we have more chances to find strongboxes, and we also have these small ones that raise the potential for strongboxes. So I played with these nodes, they are simply not rewarding. Now they did make strongboxes to spawn the monsters faster, it is true, but I still don't like them. Yeah, you know, it's a content that still needs tweaks in order to be profitable, in order to encourage people to take the strongbox nodes. This is a quite big one, so when you're exploring the map, you will see ritual altars, you will see essences, etc. And now those icons will remain forever. This will make it easier if you want to come back or you know exactly the place where it is. This is great. This is a change that was needed in Path of Exile 2, so these two are great changes here, they're going in the right direction. More checkpoints to several maps and improved placement of some checkpoints. People were complaining that various checkpoints would spawn on impossible terrain, so you could not use them. Hopefully this fixed, and having more checkpoints helps, especially for very large maps, which we have. And here it's a small change for minion builds so they don't get stuck. So minions getting stuck, it's a problem, and we even had Gazi explaining to Jonathan Rogers this issue, and Jonathan Rogers listened. This is a thing from GGG. GGG listens. So when players say that Path of Exile 2 is dead, that grinding gear games is declining, they need to keep in mind that they actually listened. We will talk also about that event. So players started complaining that the game is bad and GGG listened, and now for Path of Exile 1 they released an event. It's something, you know, it's a start. Now let's go back here at the top because this is a big discussion. They added respawn attempts for all the Pinnacle bosses, yeah? Which, you know, we had the ritual boss, we had the expedition boss here, we had stage from bridge, and now you have multiple attempts. Now this is a step back from their initial Path of Exile 2 vision. So their first idea was that not everyone should be able to farm Pinnacle bosses. The majority of players will simply do maps, and only a few people would be able to farm bosses. This was their initial vision for the game. But because players started complaining, explaining that they cannot farm bosses and they die, they were forced to make this change. Now, in my opinion, GGG did only one big mistake here in the Atlas. They gatekeep the Atlas points for ritual. For example, you would need to kill the King of the Mist, and that was forcing everyone to make boss killing builds. This was a mistake. All this drama could have been avoided if they allocated these points from a different source, not by killing the final boss. Here again, you want expedition points? Sure, you need to fight Oldroth and kill it, but not all builds would be able to do that. Also, it's about player experience and skills. Players that came to Path of Exile 2 for the very first time will have a horrible time. They have a lot of catching up. Players that came from Path of Exile 1 are more experienced and they understand how things work in Path of Exile. Here's another example. For Breach, you will need to kill Zesh. And that's the problem that they did. They gatekeep those nodes behind doing the boss. All this could have been avoided, but now it is what it is. I'm thinking that all the future Pinnacle bosses will also have multiple attempts, which is again, it's a step back from their initial vision for Path of Exile 2. These bosses were supposed to be very hard and only few people being able to do them. But it was their mistake for making the Atlas points being unlocked by dueling the bosses. This was a big mistake from GGG. So my boy GGG listens. This is the idea here. Most likely in the future they will also add a crafting bench, which they said multiple times that they don't want a crafting bench in Path of Exile, but because players started complaining so many times that they lack deterministic crafting in Path of Exile and they need a crafting bench, most likely they will add it also. Because you need to understand that GGG as a company also needs to make money. That's why Path of Exile 2, it's an investment from them. Yeah, so they will listen to the player base and do all these changes. Already they added runes. Runes are a form of deterministic crafting. Now you can change the runes. Say they did the patch, you can change the runes. For example, you need resistance, is no problem. You just swap the runes. They did something in this direction. It's deterministic crafting. In this patch, they also did some bug fixes. The biggest ones are these two. Yeah, for me this was a occurring bug where I would scroll inside the atlas and I would not see some portions of the atlas because it will not render. Now I'm really glad that they fixed this issue. They also add this thing, reset atlas, that you can type in the chat. You know, these maps are connected, but for some people in some areas they would not have connected nodes and they will get stuck. They could not progress their atlas further. For those guys, they can just put reset atlas and they start from scratch. That's basically it. Now my boys, let's jump into the juicy stuff. As I explained, GGG listens, and they seen a lot of people complaining and were upset because Settlers of Kalgoorlie League was way too long, more than 7 months. I also got bored of it, and because of this they decided to release a new event in Path of Exile 1 that will happen shortly, I think maximum 10 days. These events come with an economy reset. Yeah, which is the best thing about it. Everyone starts fresh. You know, if you just came from Path of Exile 2 and you want to give Path of Exile 1 a shot, sure, you can try this event. In case you don't know where to find these events, after you install Path of Exile 1, here at the bottom you have the events. We currently have the Necro Settlers event, which we got bored of it, and also the market economy is not healthy. Because people got bored, you know, few items listed, a lot of items overpriced. Try to skip this event, and let's hope for the best for the new event that will appear here at the bottom, and you will have a button to join. In these events, we have some small changes that were aimed to make them more fun and enjoyable. So these are not official leagues, you need to understand. And this one, they reworked the Ascendancy classes. They want to put some wacky other nodes. Yeah, we don't know yet. We need to wait for GGG to reveal all those nodes, which I'm pretty sure they will do it in few days. My boys, I want to end this video with the following idea. So on YouTube I have this section where I post various topics, various ideas regarding the game, and I want to stress on something which is very important for me. So this guy here, Sami4204, said something very interesting. So long story short, people are now bashing without mercing GGG, when few months ago and in last years people were all praising GGG, the best company, the best game, the best, and now everything gets forgotten. Just for these mistakes, everyone is upset and they say Path of Exile 2 is dying, Path of Exile 1 is bad, it's dying, GGG is dying as a company, all that crap. You know, it's just like in real life. When you're doing good, when you have money, when you're doing the right things, people praise you. Ah, good job, good job, good job. But when you're sick, when you have problems, maybe if you do mistakes, few people will stay by your side. This is happening right now. And what's said here, that people will return to Path of Exile 2 and Path of Exile 1. You will see once GGG does the next league 326, everyone will forget, all the hate will come back. So we need to keep all of this in mind. Eventually Path of Exile 2 will be fixed. I think in 1 year will be good. So now that everyone is complaining and they're saying that they will delete the game, that they will not play Path of Exile again, that's not true. That's not true. Maybe they're angry, maybe they watch a video and, you know, frustration, it's like a contagion. Yeah. Enjoy the rest of the day and good luck.